Hello and welcome everybody, I'm One Proper Bavarian and I want you to behold the forests that you see before you, because the region that is underneath the camera's lens right here is going to change dramatically. Today we're going to go ahead and turn this into a massive farming region. I have a multitude of villages in mind. And then, of course, we will finally have the necessary supply for flax, for, well, basically everything going on here, so that we can then build the ultimate city on this map, right here on this gorgeous cliffside. I am super excited to do all of this, and I hope that you are also excited with me, because this is towards, well, the end of this particular series. In the last video, we built this teeny tiny village, and then, of course, a couple of sets. Even all the way over here, we have this tiny area that is barely a village. Quite frankly, it really is just a set of estates. And well, in short, this region is already done. Again, like I said, if you take a look at this map, then this is the least attractive region to anybody just because it is so far away from any river. It doesn't have any important resources. It exclusively deposits salt over here, you know, brings that to Sveniari. I might actually utilize this trade post sooner rather than later. If I understand this correctly, we can theoretically get rid of the pack station altogether. So far I've used it because we just don't have that much trade going on altogether, but with the big city coming up, if we checkmark this, that would allow that we can export this into different regions. Now, I'm not certain what price we would actually ask for here, right? If I set this trade route up, would the traders between our two regions make it so that they pay the standard price? Take a look at this right here, so 4. Or would it mean that they just sell it for free? I doubt that, because I know that that is, of course, against the philosophy of Greg, but listen, either way, this teeny tiny village will send the salt that is necessary not just to feed Sveniari right here, but also, of course, the major town over here. Anyway, like I said, today we're going to take care of Schachspitz. The idea is I will continue building this stuff up, and then we're going to wrestle this from the opponent and build the actual farmer paradise over here. We do already have the influence, we do also have the money. I might just do this basically right away. Take a look at this. Isn't this an incredible location? Now, like I said, this will probably be the only region where most of the forests will be completely destroyed as we go, because we will do everything that we have to do for being able to farm. But okay, listen, for starters, obviously we're doing this stuff here, right? If you recall, we do have a butcher's shop and another butcher's shop here, this one creating meat, and then this one actually going out of its way to create some sausages. Now what I will do, and we are really fast at slaughtering these guys, you know what, actually, since we are that fast, I don't think that we want to go any further. We have the sheep, of course, where they are. I think it would probably be best, technically speaking, if we produce like 1,000 sheep and then just pump it all into the butcher's shop, but be that as it may. Here's what we're actually going to do. I'm going to take a look at both of my retinues and I will literally just upgrade them entirely. So much so that, yeah, we're going to lose a lot of money, but I think our two main regions now have 10k each, so that is a lot of money that we can tax, and man, this is going to take a while since I have to do it this way. But yeah, the idea is we will march against the Baron von Beerenreute here to take the territory that we desire. I always like these little tidbits, like Endres here is secretly pagan. I gotta be honest with you, I've never seen that have any impact, but I really wish that it did, because that is just so nice. You know what, now that I look at the income, I don't think that there's really a way to make it more interesting other than an idea that we were talking about in the Discord, like at this point half a year ago. Wouldn't it be cool if there were like international crises, like I'm talking about a famine, for example, in the Rhineland, and if you send food, then that can give you grace, so the king's approval, but also at the same time a lot of money. I would really like that if they implemented this, and if you fail to send stuff to whatever faction there is, there may be an anarchy coming. So basically, if the world could have, let's call it ages, you know, there could be an age of collapse, an age of a golden era, and so on and so forth, and if we could impact that by, depending on how much money we can actually send to those folks, or well, how much food we can send them, I think that would be really nice. Because right now, the money economy, it's, well, pretty straightforward. And by the way, I have never taxed the region of Horloch. I'm gonna do that right now. Quick 5%, basically nothing. Let's print some money. Alright, now of course at the same time I do want to go ahead and hire some mercenaries. There they are. Let's get everybody going here. And let's rally. I'm gonna make sure that they walk. I don't want them to be too fast. And let's make sure that we can fight them. By the way, shield wall. Oh, it's a shield wall. That's so cool. I've never seen that actually. So they will come from all the way up there. We're gonna march them all down here, and then I will challenge the opponent, well, wherever he chooses to fight us. I really hope it's here. That would be so amazing. What a cinematic location to have a fight. But we'll see. And folks, isn't this just cute? Our comrades in arms from the south here, they are coming in their heavy armor. passing, of course, over our bridge, and on top of that, actually passing through the toll gate here. That is awesome, man. This really is becoming a beautiful, beautiful area. What I will tell you is, when I compare this to, for example, our second playthrough, where we built in the entire vanilla map, right? So we had the vanilla map there, and we built a huge city at the end of it, but the entire region was settled. It always felt closer than it does here. I mean, take a look around, right? We can't even guess that there's something over there. This region, in general, I think, just feels quite a bit larger. And now, all the men in this region under the banner of St. George the Dragon Slayer will come together to take another region for us. Let's take a look at this. Shushbits, I shall claim you. I'm not going to take more. We could do this, of course, immediately in one fell swoop, right? But I don't really mind. I would like to build up my armies more to maybe have fewer mercenary units and, you know, go from there. Now, let's take a look. Where's the battlefield? Oh, I hate fighting in the forest. It is just so ugly. You know, basically, because there's just no sight, I can't tell anything. I hope that I can fight him here, challenge him in the open area there. And man, he is willing to give me so much money. Yeah, he is very, very clearly afraid. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to march in here. And I'm going to focus on all the melee units, of course, being ahead. I want them to be safe. I want them to be strong. And, you know, keeping it all together here, I think, is exactly the right move. Now, they are all close enough together that we can march in there. They start marching from the Rundling. I almost said from the Rundling. And that would be very, very German. There you go. Take a look at that. We're going to be sure here not to sprint, because I do want the entirety of their, I almost said mana bar, their stamina bar. That is one of the biggest indicators on whether you can succeed. Now, since he couldn't hire any mercenaries, oh yeah, he's just bringing the standard stuff, actually. This is all the basic stuff. I think he just always brings those troops, no matter what it is. So, you know what? Let's defeat them. Man, I do not love that the battle just begins and I am not even in formation. I mean, not that they do much with formation either, but it honestly just kind of sucks. Because it takes away all the energy, right? Where would be the energy? Imagine if in Total War, nobody ever was in formation. They just kind of like hung out, I guess. Alright, let's shoot them. Obviously, we're going to turn around here, fall into your back. Why don't you go and pursue them here? Then you're going to make sure that this person gets attacked as well. I think our retinue is going to make short work of them here. My main worry really is just about the archers, but look at that. We caught all of them, and I am pretty sure, I would be surprised, I should say, if this wasn't a complete victory. My god. Oh my god, did you see that guy? Actually stab him into the ground. Literally impaling him. That is amazing. I hope that I can capture one more of those. Man, the animations are so numerous. Does anybody remember this? Are you all boomers here? Rome Total War was so magnificent, and if you compare it to today, just how individually cut all of these animations can be in a non-creative assembly game, I mean, that is just utterly, okay, utterly insane. But you know what's also insane? This right here, they are killing my archers, and yeah, they're definitely gonna get them. Okay, well, that is gonna be... That's going to be a lot of dead villages. That's really all I can say. But anyway, as we conquer a new region, the royal text tells us we just increased, buddy. Okay, anyway, we have won. And that is really everything that I went for here. Let's send everybody home. I think they come, yep, they come from right there. And then I can just dissolve you. Boom, there you go. And the rest can go home to wherever they actually live. Oh, how... What? I don't know what that was all about, but you know what? I don't think that I need to know. We are in a great situation now. I'm going to wait for March before we settle this region. But yeah, this one will be the agricultural hub of our region. I'm so excited to actually finally put down, you know, some beautiful fields right there so that this entire region just looks like a complete breadbasket. Which, of course, I mean, fair enough. It really just is. Yeah, look at that. So many people mourning. The Rundling right here, you know, they suffered. They really, really suffered. I can tell you that much anyway. Let me take a gander at this, right? Are there some jobs that I would want to kick out? I don't even know what that means. Why does it say 0 out of 0? Okay, whatever. Listen, whatever. It's fine. I don't need to worry about this. We're good on all of this, I think. I might switch out the clay furnace, at which point, yeah, you know what, let's just put all of these people out. I might want to put more people into our granary and the large storehouse here. Yeah, look at that, there's so much bread in there. You know what, let me actually ask here, can I already draw fields in a region even if I haven't settled it? Oh, I can. Oh, that's insane. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this. Like I said, I do want some of these forests to remain here. But I think by and large, we're going to take all of this stuff down. Don't forget as well that, of course, I mean, the river needs to be crossed, right? We have a... Oh yeah, we do have one crossing down here. It is not that advantageous. I think we would want one here. Like, these are the ideal crossing locations for us. Which means that this will become a very central location, right? It is easily reachable, can take this bridge as well. Which means that we're probably going to have a decently sized village right here with a lot of farming, so most of that forest is going. In turn, it also means, since there will be a bridge here, a lot of farming here, most of this is going, and then I think these forests will somewhat be untouched, although, again, this one will also actually go just because it is so close to the other bridge. Oh, and now we have bandits here, and it looks as though they are actually going for our beloved Wildfeld up here. They must have heard the news of the salt, and apparently I'm gonna be salty because the bandits do not care about my units. Oh no, there they are. Oh, thank God. Okay, they turned around, they are looking at me now. Ah, except this one guy. Is he actually gonna, like, destroy my... No way, right? There's no shot that he would be willing to do this. To, like, burn my villages for no reason. Come on, buddy. What are you doing? Oh, and this is actually a really good moment. Take in these numbers. So we are very clearly superior. They have died already at a pretty fast speed. Only killed 2 of ours. Take a look at that. Only now are they faltering. I think most of the retreat calculation at this point is done by literally comparing just how many men you actually have in the field compared to, you know, your opponent. Because, my God, you lost 2, 3, and you wiped all of them. And yet, you know, they're all like, yeah, you know what, I think I can take that. They have a lot of confidence, I'll give him that. Alright, and so winter has ended and spring has come. Folks, I want to settle this region, and like I said, I want to do it in one fell swoop for this one. Now, I already did place a couple of fields here, and then I noticed since I'm not settled, I can't destroy them, so these are kind of buggy. You can even see it right here, the trees are still standing. I might have to get rid of this one again. It doesn't really matter, because the base idea, of course, remains the same. Take a look at this. Oh my God. When you stand here right next to the most important location, there is the toll house of the region. Yeah, you see nothing other than the breadbasket, and that, my friends, is just incredible. On this other side of the river, I would also like to have civilization, so I kind of want the city, then of course that follows here, the Straßendorf and so on, to still be hidden, whereas this right here should become obvious that this is so close to the river that it is central to the prospect of prosperity, that indeed it belongs into the view of our main toll gate as well. Like I said, this entire region here is the central crossing of the river. Truly, it would become the haven, right? So where you have to bring your goods and then put it on whatever that might be it, you know, a transport ship and so on. So that would be mandated by our dear Baron right here. Ah, and yeah, we will feed the people well. So with that being said, the big question, of course, remains, what are we actually doing? So I was looking at this, and I want civilization, like I said, here. This is important. I want this to be pretty interconnected with both of these regions, really. Probably a bridge right here. We could put a bridge right here, but it would really just double up. I think we're going to put a bridge in this region, or maybe here. And then I would like, so a village here, a village here, a village probably here, and probably here as well, just because it connects into Under Dawnlight like this. Although the main pathway towards our, you know, proper city right here, I personally don't see that main pathway to be down here with this bridge, but rather with this bridge into this connection right there. So it's not that important that this area is settled tightly. Much more important is, of course, this right here. Can you imagine this? I really, let's take a look at this. Let's take a really quick look at this. Can you imagine, once the city stands, all of these trees that you can now see before you, they won't be there anymore. Over there, civilization. Over here, civilization. And so, why don't we just kickstart this? So for starters, I think we're going to do a relatively basic village. When I say basic right here, what I mean is a Waldhufendorf. We've done it before and we can do it again. Let me just figure out where it is. There it is, Settlers Camp. I'm going to settle you, I think, here, close to this road, but not where I actually want to build the prime village, so that you're not in the way. We're gonna, of course, spend the maximum amount of money here. I would love if I could upgrade this, but, you know, that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Here is the plan for Schachspitz, or rather, here is the plan for this particular village. You can see that there are berries over here. Now, this is not a great deposit of berries, and I don't think we want to rely on them. In this region, we're not going to upgrade houses too much. The real interest that we have here, and let's take a gander at this, right? We desperately, desperately want probably the heavy plow. I think this is very important. I don't think we need fertilization or bakeries. If nothing else, we would bring that stuff into other locations, then, you know, turn it into baked goods and go from there. This is definitely not it. We could go with apiaries, but I think if I did that, I would do it in a different region. I gotta tell you, I haven't really seen the purpose of beekeeping in these versions as is. So right now, I really primarily only care for the heavy plow. We could go for other stuff, but I want to do the important city that we're building with orchardries, so I don't think this is going to be it. Maybe more sheep breeding. You know, it doesn't really matter, because here's the point. So that was a long speech for nothing much. The idea here is essentially that even though we have berries here, I will probably just completely get rid of this, draw some fields behind it. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, the fertility looks good. With the idea being we don't need the berries here, we can feed the local population otherwise, and then are going to start exporting everything from this region. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and we place the initial stuff as you do. I would like to see a logging camp right here. We need to tear all of this stuff down. So all of this forest is going. Then, of course, we need a woodcutter's lodge. We're going to do this right here as well. And then next is the saw pit. And that, I think, leaves us with the main attractions. Why could I build a charcoal kiln? Okay, no, I can't. It's just we have access in a different region, and I guess it just stays right there. Now, for the time being, we do want to get those berries. And, you know, for the time being, we also do want to get those animals. This is why I'm saying we might keep this as a reservoir, right? Because this is a rich animal deposit. Quite nice. Nothing wrong with that. And I think, is that everything that I need to do for the start here? I would, of course, like a well. And obviously, I'm going to build this. Let me just plop you down right here. Boom. And then next up are the houses and the church. I think that is already everything that we're looking towards. It actually, no. We need the tannery. I'm going to put you down there. Oh, can't do that. You know what? We're going to ignore that. We're going to just start settling and get going, as you do. I gotta tell you, I'm nervous, by the way. I have prepped every region here in a way where we can then start exporting stuff from these regions into Undead Dawnlight. The biggest limiter is probably going to be the fact that the Undead Dawnlight does not have a lot of regional wealth, and I can't, like, give it to them, which means I'm not sure that we can actually export all of the food that we will need for this big city into this city. I think the idea will be that I will export iron over here, then they will turn it into whatever, right? And that way, hopefully, build up a lot of wealth, making it so that we should be fine. I say should there very carefully. We'll figure it out, but yeah, I have my doubts about this. Right, now, as always, you want to have roughly equal-sized houses here, right? These plots being equal size is very important for the well-being of the city. Now, we could do this really long. You know what? No, I don't want to have it that long. I think this is fine. Yeah, look at that. I think that is okay. I'm gonna make it so that we... What the hell is this? I've never seen this. What is this? Okay, clearly some visual bugs here. I think this should be here. I am so confused by this. What is this? I'm gonna build this just because it looks funny. Oh, there you go. Okay, it figured itself out. Like, oh no, wait a minute. So that is 5. This is 4. Let's do this. Wait, what? 5, 4... What the hell are you talking about? What is happening here? I'm gonna do this because it looks stupid. Is there just no house? I think they moved the house over here. Let's do it. Alright, now where are we putting the church? We could put it here, they could get their very own church, and you know what, normally you would build this church at the entrance of the village, so literally right here. I think, you know what, that might just be what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna align you, we're gonna see, like, what this turns out as anyway. We're gonna align you and then just connect you like so. We might even put the market here, it's just such a tiny area. Schachspitz has already risen now that we have built 5 buildings. It really isn't that difficult now, is it? Yeah. This seems okay. This is the very first rudimentary market. I like it. And yeah, I'm looking at this now. This is actually, for some reason, it bugged out in such a way that these 2 houses are in... I don't know what to say there. That's very funny. I'm gonna upgrade all of these living spaces as quickly as I can. I guess this plot is just sharing this as a common backyard or something. I don't know. That's a funny thing. I've never seen that. Right, so let's take a look at this. So in the Waldhufendorf, you either, if you just had one area, you could have the field behind the houses or in front of the houses. And you know what? I would like the idea of these trees disappearing. This is, I believe, yeah, not the most fertile land, but I think that's okay. I'm gonna settle, like I said, an unbelievable amount of fertility here compared to what we even did here, right? Look at how much space we did not bother with. So I am kind of on board with this being suboptimal as long as it looks nice. And this will open up the view into this village right here. Preserve the forest in the back and make it so indeed that the wild berries are, you know, remaining as wild berries. So that means I'm going to go ahead and you would do this directly, you know, so that each plot has its very own, and I got to do this without snapping here, I guess, has its very own field. You just attach it like this, and we're going to drag it out to be, let's say 0.5 Morgan, everyone. So this is quite long, and I don't want to make it like too different here. There we go. That seems okay to me. Boom. We're gonna do this for every single house, for every single field, and so on. Oh, and how cute is this? We left exactly a single tree between these fields. Yeah, that is nice. We also do have these rocks here. Don't worry about them too much. I'm gonna tear them down, you know, relatively quickly, and I think then they are going to just be disappearing anyway. What else would I like to place here? We have now these storehouses, and I actually need to put somebody in there, because we could already get migration if only I actually was taking care of this marketplace. I do, of course, want a tavern, and I think it might just fit right here. That's kind of, yeah, I like the tavern, you know, always at the entrance of the village. Let me actually turn you around like so. And now I will tell you that slowly but surely I'm coming to the conclusion that I kind of do also want sheep breeding in this region, because then we could have all the agricultural products and, of course, animal products as well, letting me supply our core region ever better. So the way I see this is we just need a farmhouse here and then probably a, you know, a sheep trader at some point. But right now, I think I'm going to finish off this village by virtue of a farmhouse. Let me place you maybe here. I do want to have some gap there so that I could theoretically lead a pathway outside here, right? So that we could have more fields here. But I don't think that we're going to connect anything directly to this village. If anything, there's going to be a road going up there. But take a look at this. So this is our very first village right here, set up now in a way where, well, we can do it all. Oh, and look at that. They're not perfect for wheat, but they are amazing here for flax. So, hey, you are the first flax village that I have ever built. Beautiful. I'm already moving this logging camp over here now. I want everything cut down. And that's definitely a big part right there. You can see people are happy now. They are eating. We got a variety here in the marketplace as well already. People are migrating. Things are looking good, I think, all things considered. Let's pump somebody in there. Yep, we're definitely going to get the herbs. That's fine. The saw pit and all that stuff is currently not working, and I will probably move them. Although, I mean, to be fair, they do have a livestock assigned anyway. Can I still hire a single... I would like one more of these. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we have 3 oxen here as well, which is perfect. And did I already upgrade you? Oh, I totally did. Okay, so we can work these fields very, very easily. Let's not forget, I do want to get rid of this stone, and we can do this relatively easily. And oh my god, the royal tax has now risen to 2k. Okay, that is, that's a lot of money that we're spending here, man. That is, yeah, okay. Jesus Christ. See, now the big question is, what do we actually put here? I have a farmhouse here. I got a couple of, you know, we got a pasture right there. We have all of these burgage plots. I feel like you gotta, right? You have to do this. In what world would it be okay not to do this? Now, let me just... Oh, that is so cute. Yeah, you have to. I'm sorry, but you actually have to do this. Okay, boom, there you go. Let's put them down. Let them build this up right here. And that is going to give us a pretty good start. And you know what? I really want to take a look at this. Yeah. So this is just... So this bank belongs to this house, actually, except it is separate. You can even see it. You see how it traces the path back to that house? Interesting. Yeah, this is... I like this. That's very fascinating right here. We have basically 2 double plots on 1 plot. Take a look at this, right? Both of these are double plots. I can't even enter. No, I can enter, actually. There you go. Beautiful. And then right here we have the secondary house. Yeah, that is that's pretty funny. Interesting bug. Doesn't really change anything. I'll keep it the way it is. Alright, now I am building some of the more backwater areas. You can see this is primarily done. I'm just waiting for people to move in, for some stuff to finish. And now I want to build stuff that doesn't have a market. It doesn't justify a market. And most importantly, I would like to have some rather irregular shapes. We're going to do it like this, and then we're going to start up by actually dragging you out like this. Let's take a look at this, right? This is the idea. Oh, yeah. Okay, I like this. We're going to see something that is a little bit different, and I think we're going to do this roughly around this corner right here. There you go. We're going to leave something, you know, some space right there. Maybe we put a pasture there. Now I think about that, actually. I really like that idea. I am, bit by bit, leaning more and more towards encouraging pastures in this region. Actually, you know what? I want to redo this a little bit, but you get the drift here. The idea being it becomes more and more important that indeed this is the prime agricultural area in this entire region. See, I'm looking at this now. We definitely don't need this. I think that is fine. I'm not sure that we've had any drought. Maybe that's a bug. I don't know, honestly. I think what we're gonna go for here is sheep breeding and fertilization. Again, we don't really care about producing all that much baked goods here. This is not the prime location that we want. We want to have this prepared so that we can bring this stuff to the prime location. So in that sense, yeah, sheep breeding, then fertilization. I don't think we need any of those to the right or to the bottom. Over here, there are some tempting ones. I guess we still don't have a beekeeping area. Yeah, no, this is fine. Sheep breeding it is. Oh my god, we're getting so unlucky. So they're spawning in Schachspitz, and they're gonna have a lot to burn here, I think. Oh, that sucks. They're so far away from all of my troops. Look at that. Yeah, we got the mercenaries coming from over there, which is, of course, utterly useless. And then the folks from Sviniari will take their sweet time as well. Yeah, there is going to be hell to pay. Now, I will say, I don't see that much burning yet. They're definitely setting this right here on fire, which of course sucks. That's our level 2 house right there. I don't know what they're going for. Are they specifically going for, like, where people are? You know, the storehouses? Oh, goods looted. Oh, I getcha. Wow, they looted the hunting camp from all the way down there. Well, that sucks. Are you actually running away with the stuff that you just stole? Why is nothing on fire? I've never seen that. Normally, things would be on fire. I mean, either way, we're gonna bring our troops here and we're gonna see where we go from there. Unassigned oxen, no free oxen. What happened? Did they burn down? I don't know, actually. Did they steal? Oh, they killed an ox. I understand now, I think. Yeah. Get a new one, I guess. Where's the corpse? I see a couple of dead people right here. We got one of them. Oh, and there's the ox. You absolute barbarians. I hate you. I hope that I can catch you, but I definitely need to reinforce this region. It's just unfortunate that they spawned right over here. Are they actually fleeing? I swear, that is not something that they did in the past. Not to mention, of course, that they aren't even burning anything down. No, they're just positioning themselves. What is going on? I don't know. But you know what? I'm gonna kill him. You're gonna die, pal. Well, they are done. I wonder whether I get any of my goods back. Let's put a guy right here into the wooden church. I need to get somebody out of this farmhouse, I guess. Ah, yeah, okay. That sucked. That just straight up sucked. Okay, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. It is still going to be quite some time until I am done with that region. I'm gonna do most of that, of course, off camera. You know, this episode is still going on for quite some time, I reckon, as you see this right here. But take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is exactly what I wanted. I wish we could be, and you know what, we kind of can be. On the level of this tower, this is what you see. This already now is becoming such an unbelievably prosperous region. If we actually zoom over this, then you can see that we got some settlements. We have the farmhouse, the mill, of course, and then from here, isn't that gorgeous? Look at the distance, but it is so apparent that this is Farmer Central. Yeah, no, I love... Oh, royal tax increases. Black screen right there. You know how it is. Right, so we have largely finished this right here. I'm going to expand over here as well. So this will be pretty much in sight of this initial village right there. You can see this is tightly settled, and it would only make sense. I mean, if you look at German villages, I always like to say, when you leave one, you walk 2 steps, and then you're in the next one. It is a very tightly settled area in the world. I'm going to tell you this straight up. We're going to set this up maybe as the only region in which you are pretty sure to see all of the other villages, you know, if you stand in one village, because this is the economic center, the most important area of the entire map, so to speak. And I'm going to ensure, there you go, that we will have a couple of small settlements all throughout. I'm going to have a separate one, and you know what? We want to have this slightly rounded. What about this? This looks fine, I think. We're going to basically make it so with a couple of support roads that you're always looking at something that is interconnected and yet pretty much separate, so that, you know, we can come to the modern day circumstances. I think this is fine. Yeah, this makes it so that, yeah, this is what happened in the historical, of course, centers of Germany and of Central Europe just in general. Now, this style right here, these are just individual farm estates, Einzelhöfe, so to speak. They basically, you know, they're not that big, they're not that relevant for the overall economy, but it is nonetheless rather interesting and feasible, I guess, to build up these individual small areas here rather than needing to focus like it was the case in other parts of the world. Now, the much more important part is actually down here. We want to turn this into one of the main villages. I say one of the main villages because you can see we're cutting this one free slowly but surely. This one right here is going to be, I think, this map's first Angerdorf, which is interesting because I actually am prone to build too many Angerdorf, and you know what, I do not like that. I want this to be slightly more rounded. How about this? This looks okay, I think. What if we look at this? So, the Angerdorf, if you were not aware, is essentially a village where you have this central Anger, literally just what that means, and this central Anger is eye-shaped. So something like this, you have one entrance and one exit right there. And the central location here has, for example, the church, a pasture, and then the houses all around the Anger. This is a very typical form. Now, most importantly, this was built around the areas of, for example, a little stream or a little artificial or natural pond, right, that is connected to a stream in and out, making it so that you have water that is drinkable, water that you can use if there were to be a fire, none of which applies, of course, to this particular village, but that is why they built it in this form, and, well, why we are building it in this form. Now, I am noticing that we're actually very unlucky. God, that is so bad. Oh, that is the perfect kind of pathway in here, and yet no well. You know what, I'm not that sure that I love this setting where you need to build well specifically around this area, just because you cannot get rid of the King's Roads. If you could, then, I mean, I would probably have a different opinion, but as things are, yeah, it's a bit cumbersome. But we're gonna play around it. We're gonna figure this out. Let's just make sure that we build, there you go, yeah, that is beautiful. We will build a pretty tightly settled area, of course, with its very own central church as well. This is one of the economic backbones right here. Oh, I like that. You know, how much higher is this? It's pretty good, actually. We're going to put a church in the center of the Anger here, and I think we're going to put it at the start of where things really matter, right? So, over there. Man, I would like a church up here, though. Maybe we can have a bigger estate. Yeah, let's just make sure that these roads do not overconnect, as they do so often. Oh, that is not what I had in mind, but okay. Man, street building. It can be a bit of a challenge, huh? And I even think that we're going to give this Anger its own windmill. This is a nice elevated position right here. It's not ideal, but 98%, quite frankly, is as close as ideal as you need to be. And I think we're going to tie you in close to these houses here so that we have some space. The ideal here being that we can put some more stuff over here. Maybe houses, maybe we put some fields here. I primarily want another farmhouse here. And then the rest, you know what, actually, I think we're going to put one pasture over here, like so. Boom. We have a pasture already in the center here. Ooh, where do we put the rest here? Oh, I hate this on-map depiction. Look, that is not what is happening here, but okay. I have noticed, by the way, you see these dark spots right here? This is, let's take a look at this, wait a minute. So this right here is actually from, I want to say here. Yeah, look at that, you see this? So these right here are actually these fields. I don't know why it does a double copy. And then this right here is, which ones are they? I think all you need to realize is that this is just very, very ugly. Yeah, alright. Now I think it is time. You can see we are now speedily cutting this down. We're going to, of course, make it so that there are houses behind this area as well. And then we're going to, like, relatively well, I think, connect these villages, actually. I want to make this into a kind of cross-river village, if you will. This means that we need to determine where the bridge should be. I was playing with the thought of doing the bridge here. But I'm looking at this now. I think I like this one better. If we have a straight right here, should be easier to, you know, foresee floods and such. So, oh, it just insta-built it. Good to know. So we now have a bridge. This is the first bridge that I actually built myself. Alright, let's take a quick look around. So we have this now, right? I placed a bunch of things here, the granary, the storehouse. We are going to upgrade the wooden church as soon as I have, well, any roof tiles, really. We have a good working, well-working economy, I should say. We have this bugged field, which I literally cannot click. I don't know what is up with that, to be honest with you. We have a ton of open living spaces, but other than that, I mean, we're actually working really, really well. Let me double check with this. Yeah, I need more people working. Yeah, I need to manually basically change to, you know, where people are working. Here, actually the same case. Yep, I need to put these folks to actually be working all the way over there. That's fine. We're gonna get that done before long. But other than that, when I zoom out, you can see that we have now settled this area. We have started to clear this out properly. Leaving us in a pretty good position. Let me actually just take a walk around here as winter comes in. You can see we have a lot of space for sheep, and yet no sheep. Now this village right here is a really good one. I think it would become very important going forward, and you gotta realize that these Angerdörfer are also... Oh my god. You can see the actual cliffside from here. I didn't even realize this. Wow, that is gonna be... That is gonna look so good. Wait a minute, let me... Okay, now actually... Oh my god! From up here, from this town, we're gonna see the Angerdorf. We're going to see this main village. You can already see, right, this right here. We're going to see in the distance, of course, our Rundling over there. Oh, I am in love with this particular setup, my god. But as you can see, we're nowhere nearly done with this. Now, back to the Angerdorf. Let's take a quick gander at this. You can see that I have done a middle street right here. So I haven't done this in any of the previous Angerdörfer, but it is quite common. So this right there is towards the cliff. Stop coughing into my face, buddy. I gave them their very own... You can see it right here. Their very own actual... and my god, this looks so beautiful. Windmill over here. We can't properly see it. It's somewhere in the back there, right? And this middle road, by the way, that makes it so that you can easily cross the Anger and it is meant as infrastructure, will probably also be what then actually leads into the river crossing village, right? So we're going to go further down into this forest. The forest here will stay. We're going to take down basically everything that is around here and everything that is like here. So that means there is going to be fields in the back here, and then this right here will become a major village. Again, we are mostly here to produce food, to produce flax, barley, and so on. We have now created the vast majority, I think, of buildings in this region, and my god, it took so long. Oh, okay, this is a long process, but either way, that means I will actually split this. Listen, I've been sitting on this for so long now. All you need to know is... If we actually take a gander at this, right, we have now this Angerdorf that will become a major hub. It is visible from the cliffside, and the Angerdorf itself, you know, it leads over there into the Waldhufendorf that we built earlier, and of course then towards the river. So this is relatively far off, but it will be so well interconnected. In a real history of this region, this Angerdorf would be one of the first ones that gets absorbed into the proper city at the river. You have to realize, ultimately, the new cities that we're going to build here will all become one city, right? If we take a gander at this, if we put down a proper village right here, all of this will merge into one. All of this will literally just become one full city. This reminds me a lot, actually. I've been there, actually, in the past. It reminds me of Meissen. Meissen, if I'm not mistaken, has a relatively similar cliffside where the castle is built on top of it. So Meissen is a city next to Dresden in Saxony. But basically, the idea being that all of this is so intermingling that you are going to see it merge together. I'm not too sure about this. I think this will become the hinterlands of this main city right here, right? But yeah, if you take a look at this, all of this will merge. It is directly connected via the river, and you can already see it right here. While this is connected, of course, via the King's Road, this ultimately here will become the prime connector of the region. It goes towards the river, and then ever more important, of course, is connected to the other areas right here even better. Listen, I'm going to leave you right here. In the next one, we're going to finish setting this one up. We're going to create a proper and interconnected region, and then maybe even going to start down here at the Underdawnlei. So I think after this video, we're going to be 2 videos away from this series being over. Let me know what you think I should name all of these regions, by the way, because that is something that I am struggling with. There are so many different things that we have done here. I think this one is actually quite fine. We're going to leave this with Wildfeld, but of course Rohrloch and Schachspitz are the 2 that I would like to think about going forward. Anyway, I will leave it right here, and I will see you later, alligator.